Can you honestly say you love every single part of motherhood? Can you honestly say it? Like, can you look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love every single part of motherhood? What's up? If you're new here, my name is Kendall. I am a single mother of two. I homeschool my kids. I'm striving for a location free life. I did I tell you I homeschool my kids? I homeschool my kids. And I help moms embrace motherhood, work remotely, get their finances together, and live a life of location freedom. And today we are talking about loving every season of motherhood. Even and today we're talking about not loving every season of motherhood, even though society tells you that you're supposed to. I feel like we go through different seasons of motherhood, like the lonely season, of course, the resentment season, of course, the touched out season, of course. And it's like moms have to apologize for feeling these ways. If we say, I feel lonely in motherhood, you immediately have to come with a rebuttal. But I feel lonely in motherhood, but I love my kids. I wouldn't trade my kids for the world. This is your permission slip to be honest. It's okay to say you're feeling lonely. It's okay to say you're burnt out. It's okay to say you need help. It's okay to say you're feeling resentful. I mean, I've had a resentful season for a minute, especially being a single mom. I've had a resentful season. Who wouldn't? You sacrifice so much time and your body, time. And I don't mean your body like superficially. I just mean your body like, you have a baby in there for 9 to 10 months. From day one, you're told what you can put on your body, what you can eat, the type of movement you can do. You sacrifice so much. And the other person, the dad, the father, they don't have to sacrifice as much. You know what I mean? Like everything is immediately thrown on you. Did I have resentful moments? Sure. Especially having a baby. Like I felt like, you know, somebody else's life didn't change, but my life changed completely. Even from being a mom that I completely was removed from my family. I lived in a new state. I didn't know anybody here. And to just be thrown into motherhood all over again. Like when I first moved here, my daughter was 11. I had a grasp on her. I'm like, we good. She's 11. Let's go. Let's leave. And about a year later, now I have a newborn baby. And it's just so different having an 11-year-old to a newborn. And you're just in this, you're in this bubble in a way by yourself. And yeah, I felt resentful. I felt resentful for a while because it's like your life didn't change, but mine did. And then on the other hand, I had to say, but you chose this. You stuck with your guns of, I don't want to move back home and I'm having my baby. And so any difficult thing I faced, whether it was not being able to do something simple as getting my nails done or do something simple as, just going to the market for 10 minutes, going for a walk by myself. I started to tell myself, well, you chose this, you chose it. So you have to be okay with what comes with it. You have to be okay spending money on a nanny, or you have to be okay with figuring things out by yourself. When it's like in reality, why should you have to? You know what I mean? Why should you be the one that has to do it all by yourself? But that's the reality that most mothers are faced with, especially as a single mother. That's the reality that you're faced with. And it's hard. It's hard. And you're allowed to say it's hard. You're allowed to be honest about that. Too often, society wants mothers to be strong. It's kind of like a backwards thing because you're supposed to be fragile. You're supposed to be mute. You're not supposed to talk too much. You're supposed to only be looked at. But once you have a baby, it's like everything falls on you and you're just supposed to be super strong. Doesn't make sense now, does it? And then I know lots of moms that go through that lonely period. I'm on a lot of forums and I read a lot and I see moms that say things like, once you get pregnant, you lose friends, especially friends that don't have kids. They don't understand the things that you're going through as a pregnant woman. They don't understand you anymore as a mother. You know, people's times change, and now you can no longer hang out at this time like you used to with your old friends. So you start to lose people. You're kind of out of touch. You're kind of lonely in that fact. That's why, you know, a lot of moms hang out together, because they can relate. They can relate on that way. Oh, we can hang out at this time. The kids can do play dates. And again, women are expected to just go with it. It's supposed to just be the norm. It's like I went through so many seasons. My son is only 4. I went through so many seasons in such a short time. Like, I've been numb. I've been in survival mode, survival season, you know, running from an abusive relationship. I've been lonely through the lonely season. I've been in the resentment season. And then I've just been, you know, out of touch. I've been out of touch. It's you know, it's super hard going through that, because now that I'm thinking about it, I know the exact moment I went numb. Like, I'm just remembering when I was pregnant. And I remember having a really bad headache. And I asked this guy if he could get me some, you know, some type of something for my head. I needed some type of medicine. And you know, when you're pregnant, you can only take certain things. So asked him, and he was already out, and asked him for it. I'm like, can you bring it, you know, on your way in? And when he got back, like I was in the bed, he came to the bedroom and he looked at me. And I'm like, did you bring the medicine? And he immediately like went off, flip of a switch. And so that makes me react. You know what I mean? Now I'm like, why wouldn't you bring me any medicine? I don't feel good. He's like, you can go get it yourself. And I'm just looking at his face, and it's kind of like it almost brought him joy that I was in pain. And like it brought him joy that he was telling me that I had to go get up and get it myself. And I just laid there for a minute, because I'm like, you're serious? Like, I started thinking, like, this man don't care nothing about me or this baby, because why? How could you say that to someone? I was in obvious pain. Like when I get bad headaches, they're bad. And this one was no different. So lights are off, you know, I'm in the dark, curtains drawn. I can't really, you know what I mean? I can't really, don't want no lights on. I'm not trying to see. He immediately comes in, flips the lights on. And I just remember staring at the wall, and I'm thinking, like, this is over. This is not, I can't stay here. This is over. And I just went numb. Like, you know, that feeling where you're not even really in the room. You just numb. And that's how I was feeling. So it started from there, the numb feeling, then having to get out, having to leave, having to pack my stuff up. And then not only do I have a baby in my stomach, I also have my preteen. So now we're having to leave. We're having to move on and move out. Now I'm entering survival mode, because every move I make now is making sure the kids are straight, making sure I have, you know, stability for the kids. I'm making sure things are good for the kids. And at the same time of making sure the kids are straight, even though one is still inside, I got to make sure I'm straight. And inside, I am breaking down completely. I'm not even myself at this point. I'm numb. I'm trying to cope. I'm trying to stay healthy and not be stressed, because I have a baby in my belly. And it's just all just weighing down on me all at once. And at no time did I feel like I was able to say, like, I'm hurt, I need help, I'm scared, I'm lonely, I'm here by myself. At no time was I able to say that. I couldn't say it. I just had to keep going, because I think all I've ever known was to be strong. You know what I mean? And then I just kept thinking to myself, I have my daughter, she's looking at me. This can't be her example. This can't be her example. I have to be strong for her. I have to be strong for her. I'm giving you permission today, right now. It's okay to say you're surviving. It's okay to say you're hurting. It's okay to be in this type of It's okay to be in survival season. It's okay to be truthful. It's okay to say that you need help and you don't know where to turn. You don't know what's next. Because every single time you make excuses for it and you don't call it out and you have a but, is every single time that you're putting yourself on the back burner. And you should be able to speak out loud. I'm not enjoying this season right now. I don't feel safe. I don't feel whatever it is that you're not feeling. It's okay to say it without apologizing for it. It's okay to be honest. Because your kids are dependent on you to be honest. You know what I mean? If you're not being honest for yourself, how does that look for your children? If you can't be honest about hurting or needing help or being lonely or even being resentful, like I tried to play so long like I just didn't care. You know, I went through my pregnancy alone. After this point, I was 3-4 months pregnant when all this stuff happened, and the rest of my pregnancy, 4 through 9, I went through alone. I had the baby alone. I moved alone. I moved again alone. Like, I've been a single mom for as long as the baby was born. As long as the baby was conceived. And for so long, I tried to play like it didn't matter. For so long, I tried, the baby was sent for me. And the baby came at the right time that I needed the baby to come. And God sent the baby for me. And sometimes it's not about him. It's just, the baby was sent for me. I kept saying it, kept telling myself that he just was here to bring the baby forward. And it's like you tell yourself all these things to cope instead of being honest and saying, I'm mad, I'm pissed off. Like, how can you create a child, not be here for that child, be okay with not being here for that child? You're just here to make me miserable and make it all about me and you and not the baby. But the whole time that I'm going through the hurt and the betrayal and the pain and the back and forth, I still gotta be mom, still gotta smile, still gotta show up, still gotta act like everything's okay, still gotta make their world kisses and rainbows. But in reality, I'm down here. I'm hurt inside. Why should we have to apologize for that instead of being honest to ourselves that it's not going well? I think all of those things, though, in a nutshell, everything you go through, every season of motherhood, whatever it is, I think it builds some type of endurance in you. I think it builds your character, because the things that you go through, it either breaks you or it teaches you in some way. And I like to think the things that I went through has taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about myself. It's brought me into the woman that I am today. I think if I didn't go through a lot of the things that I went through, I wouldn't be who I am today. And so if you are going through something, if it's hard right now and you don't see why it's so hard, you just don't understand, I want you to know that it has to be your character building season. It has to be your endurance season. It has it's building you up for something that's to come. It's building you up for something that's to come. You know how they say, like, you got to be like pushed to the bottom or whatever the saying is before you break out and you make it to your peak. You're down before you come up. So if you're going through something rough right now and you think like, damn, like this is my life, like I ain't never gonna, like, don't think like that, because I highly, highly, highly believe that going through something bad or something terrible is really your breakthrough. And there has to be more to come. It has to be. It just can't, it just can't be the end. It can't be it. So you always have to stay focused. You have to keep your head up, and you have to just believe that something better is coming. And you have to stay forward. You have to keep your eyes forward. No looking back to the past. No, keep, like, I'm using this channel now as a it's kind of like a diary. Like it's I'm kind of getting emotional because a lot of things are like, you start thinking about things and it's coming up, but I think that's also good. Like, getting things out and talking about things, because that's how you get past it. And I've suppressed a lot inside for a really, really long time. Like, even before this, like, I've suppressed things inside for a really, really long time. But I know once I get it all out, and once I can, finally, I think this is like finally my close the door chapter. It's been 5 years. It's been 10 years since I went through everything I went through. It's been 10 years. 2026, 2016. So it's been a long time. And I think I could finally push things behind me and be on my way to my path. And I think just moving here to North Carolina, and because I was running, I'm always just running from something. And I felt like I needed to move to start my life and start over and start fresh. And I get here, then boom, thrown into some more tumultuous stuff. And I think I had to go through something one more time. I think I wasn't getting it. And now after that, like, it's giving me a lot of time to reflect. Like, I've been reflecting since 2021. But like I said, first it was denial, resentment, more resentment. I still have some resentment. You know what I mean? I still have some resentment. But I want to officially let all that go and know that my season is coming. Like, your season is coming. Your season is coming. That's all I can say is your season is coming. You have to be okay with being honest with yourself. Let the guilt go and know that anything you're going through is your teachable moment. You got to learn from it. You gotta sit down and say, what is this teaching me? And when you get to that, when you figure it out and you realize what it is, you're going to look back and you're going to say, wow, I see why I went through that. I see what happened there. I just want to say, you have permission not to love this season. You have permission to be resentful. You have permission to feel sad. You have permission to feel lonely. But don't feel guilty for feeling that. You have permission to say it's hard without immediately saying, but I'm grateful, but I'm happy. But you have permission to just feel without having a rebuttal. And you also have permission to be in it, just be in the thick of it without knowing the lesson yet, without figuring out what you're being taught yet. You have permission to just be. I really hope that this finds the mom that's really going through something difficult today, or this year, this month. I hope this finds you, and I hope it helps. See you tomorrow.